Hey, Lisa. So coming from our fabulous Keller Williams State of the Market, and that's where we do this every quarter. We take a look at all the stats and the data across the greater Atlanta area. So I figured, of course, Everyday Realtors has got to weigh in on the data. So Lisa, let me ask you the question. What was your number one takeaway, something you learned from the state of the market?
So my biggest takeaway, seller's market versus buyer's market. So essentially we've been in a seller's market for the last 14 years. So are buyers getting a little moody? Are they kind of getting sick of like these high prices and having to have all these multiple offers and those things?
Yeah, pushback.
Yeah, a little bit of pushback. So do you think that that's kind of creating a shift more towards the buyers? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, sellers have had a good deal. And it's really hard because I get it. I sold a home in the last 14 years. So when things are, moving along, and the expectation for the longest time, especially with COVID, you put a house on the market Thursday, have open houses on the weekend, you got offers, Monday morning, you're under contract.
Exactly.
And that is not happening right now.
No.
And it's really hard. Buyers, it used to be, I would say probably the last few years, we've been kind of seeing the market shift from sellers to buyers, and some areas, shifted sooner. And now we're seeing it across the board, and we're seeing it in all price points too.
Yeah, all price points, and I think that what is the average days on market now? 30 days?
Yeah.
Around 30 days?
Yeah, 30 days. Yeah, it's not like a, less than 7 days.
Buyers are not willing to pay the high prices anymore.
No, they're not.
Yeah, and to be honest, they're used to, or at least sellers are used to, the 5 to 10% increases per year on their price. And now it might only be maybe, 2%?
Yeah.
So if we're talking 2%, they're expecting 5 to 10%, and the buyers aren't willing to pay the 5 to 10% increase anymore.
They're not, and buyers are super picky right now. So all of you sellers out there right now, you know exactly what we're talking about. I mean, even, marketing the home lower and taking price reductions right now, which 40% of listings in Atlanta are having to do to get their home sold. Sometimes even that price reduction is not good enough.
Well, not only that, if you're taking a price reduction, you're almost taking 2 price reductions. 2. Because not only are you taking that 5% price reduction, but you're also taking a price reduction when the buyer tries to negotiate and take money off the list price of the house.
Yep, I agree. Because right now, I mean, there's the deal seekers are out there. This is the market of opportunity for anyone seeking a deal. And you're right. Okay, hey, I just lowered the home, the sales price on this home, $25,000. Well, gee, that's great and all, but I want an extra $5K off, or I want seller
that's
pay
2 price
closing
reductions
costs.
right there.
Exactly.
So it better be priced right initially.
Right, and that's one thing we would say as well too, is that 1/3 of sellers are getting their sales price.
Yes.
They are pricing it correctly, ready to go, and so it's not, widespread across the board. Some people are getting that number they want.
So there are people that are getting 100% of list price.
Yeah.
And there are people that are getting above list price, because the average right now I think is 97%.
Yeah.
So there are people getting above 100%. But there are people that are getting less than 97%, and those are the people that are not pricing correctly initially.
Yeah, so that's definitely a big thing. One of my biggest takeaways are how often as realtors do we see all those people sitting on the sidelines, gee, Lisa, I'd love to buy a new house, but you know what? I'm going to wait for the rates to drop. And then once the rates drop, because I'm locked in, I got a 2 and I got a 3%. So when the rates drop, come back to me and we'll do something then. Because tell me, Lisa, what happens when the rates drop?
There's going to be a buyer frenzy.
Oh, totally.
And then there's going to be like 1 million people wanting that same house that you want, and now the prices go up. So if you're waiting, you're not going to get the best price. Right now is the best time for buyers. Right now.
100%. because you're not having that increased
Exactly.
competition.
You're not having the competition.
No, you can go in many cases at list price, below list price, depending on
Right.
how long the home has been
As
for
for
sale.
closing costs?
Closing costs. That was definitely one of the
What's
biggest
the
things.
average closing cost? $8,500 that people are asking for? That's a lot of money.
And they're getting it too.
And they're getting it. Sellers,
They're getting it.
I mean, we're talking to our sellers and we're letting our sellers know ahead of time.
In advance.
In advance that they could possibly get a buyer that's asking for up to potentially $8,500 in closing costs.
Yeah.
And to be able to build that in so that they know.
Exactly, and think about that. All of you people out there who are holding on those 2 and 3%,
Right.
but desperately want a new house, you didn't get any closing costs probably when you bought that home.
Right,
You probably
exactly.
didn't. You might not have gotten your, inspection items all repaired or anything like that. Now is your window of time because, like Lisa said, as soon as those rates start coming down and lowering, that's when all the competition increases. And right now, getting the home at list or below, that's not going to happen. You're going to be
no.
paying way above.
You're going to be paying way above for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. So the other thing I guess I would say is that we found out that even though, so overall, the Atlanta market is not falling. It's just kind of like in a little idle speed, like a neutral speed,
It's
wouldn't
in a
you
neutral.
say?
Yeah, I would pretty
Yeah.
much say it's pretty much neutral right now.
Yeah.
Sellers, buyers, I don't think it's actually gauging more towards one or the other at this point.
No, it's holding steady, but I think also the concern is that we've got people coming to us, hey, I bought this home in the last year. Oh my goodness, is my sales price going to go down? Is my home value going to go down?
Values are staying pretty steady.
Yeah.
Values are staying pretty steady.
They're holding.
They're holding. I don't know if there's necessarily as many buyers out there as there were before. Probably a little bit more sellers. But if you price it right, then you're going to get the right buyer, and it's going to sell really quickly.
Exactly. I mean, and this overall is kind of a blip on the radar. Like I said, sellers have been spoiled last 14 years, seller's market. But for those of you who have bought within the last few years, we're not going to come back to you and say, oh, you bought this home at $650. Well, this time next year, oh, now your house is only worth $620. The values are holding, but they're just not increasing as much.
Exactly.
And yes, I get it. All you people who bought, 2020, 2021, 2022, we would come to you, oh, hey, you bought that home for $900, and a year later, oh, now it's worth $1 million. Now it's worth, $1,050,000.
Right.
And all of that. So not quite so much of that, but still holding steady, smaller increases, not quite some of the large increases.
Yeah, not as much of the large increases. And, for buyers or even for sellers right now, the best price range right now is between $400 and $549. Those prices are the ones that are going the fastest and have the most demand.
Absolutely. And depending on your area, there can be a lot of inventory out there too. I mean, I look and see, and you probably do the same, homes that during a crazier market, like, oh my gosh, that home would have flown off the shelf. It's sitting around.
It's still sitting there.
Exactly. And if you're looking to buy this could definitely be your best window of opportunity to do that.
Exactly.
Yes. So we would love to help you. Everyday Realtors here to help, here to take your comments, questions, feedback, all
Yep.
of that, and help point you in the right direction.
Yep. Join the conversation. We'd love to hear your comments.